It's Western Conference time for the travel. Golden State Warriors today. Suns fans are making noise here at the U.S. Airways Center in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Happy to have you along for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, Golden State's starting five. Curry and Thompson, the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. Barnes and Green, the forward tandem. And it's Bogut in the pivot spot, manning the middle.
It's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Marcus Morris picks one up there. The Warriors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Well, they were 75% free throw shooting a season ago.
He's off on the second.
Well, it was really good to see Andrew Bogut healthy last season, and he reminded everybody, when he's right, he's a live, active body, a significant presence defensively. He's able to play above the rim, and he even showed he could finish alley-oops with regularity.
Here is Bledsoe, following the score by Golden State. And he throws it down hard with one hand. Tremendous stuff from a guy, Clark, we think more of for his passing.
Yeah, but he's got tremendous leaping ability and a surplus supply, too. Well, that's a great aggressive move and two big points, too.
And it's going to be a 3-second call. First quarter, just over a minute played. Bledsoe right side. Here's Morris. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Phoenix on defense. Curry passes to Green. Second shot opportunity. They shoot again. And it's sent back by Plumlee. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Barnes dishes to Bogut. And it's good.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit. That's how you do it. The bump and the bucket. Well, Andrew Bogut possesses really great size and above-average athleticism, but I really think it's his basketball IQ that sets him apart. He's got outstanding instincts, especially at the defensive end of the floor. He went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that.
You talk about Bogut's IQ of the game. Steve, a great passer offensive.
He is. He's one of those guys who has a good feel for the game. He sets good screens. He understands angles. He's got a lot of veteran tricks about him. You know, things that maybe the referees don't catch. So a guy who can really help your team win.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 6 from the field. And Gerald Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Curry against Bledsoe. On the wing, Green. Morris kicks to Plumlee. They kick it out to Green. Just 5 on the clock. And Bledsoe, here we go. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
And he's good on the second. Miles Plumlee, Steve, buried on the bench in his rookie season with Indiana. But the Suns saw something in him, and they would not sign off on the Luis Scola trade without Plumlee coming back in the deal.
Well, it was a good move on their part. Plumlee stepped into their starting center position, played very well, and has a bright future, really, in Phoenix because he fits right into what they're trying to do.
Now here's Barnes. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the Jays.
Well, it wasn't a textbook pick, but he still managed to score. Good concentration on the finish.
Bledsoe against Curry. Pass to Morris. Down low. It's stolen by Bogut. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Curry's got his first points in this one.
And the Suns' top draft pick, Alex Len, dealt with ankle issues last season. That being the case, how big was Plumlee for them? I mean, he's a big-time glass eater inside and above-the-rim finisher to help force the D to collapse. He's a guy that I think has tremendous upside and is extremely athletic for a front-line player. How in the world did they let him get that wide open? The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
And Phoenix pushing it up now. Bledsoe's running. Curry wide open. And another three for Golden State.
And Plumlee still working to expand his skill set, but you don't find many 7-footers who can uncork a 40-inch vertical lead. I mean, his athleticism sets him apart.
Tries from 7. Shot misses. Nice D for Bogut. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Warriors.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Alex Len's checked in for Plumlee. P.J. Tucker comes in for Morris. And it's Dragic in for Gerald Green. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
Well, he just didn't make the catch. Didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
Festus Ezeli. He's checked in for Andrew Bogut. Bledsoe takes the left. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 3 assists now in this one. Early on last year, the Warriors showed that they were going to be a team to make the postseason in the West. Couldn't get the home court advantage, though, and that kind of hurt it.
Yeah, it did. And as dangerous as their team is in the playoffs with the shooting ability they have, they're much better if they could have gotten that extra game at Oracle Arena.
And so here's Phoenix following the score by Golden State.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Here's Curry. 8 points for him. Green passes to Curry. Good. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. Just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Here's Dragic from outside.
Yeah, again, if the shot selection there, defender draped all over.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
And Phoenix pushing it up now to the wing right side. Here's Tucker. They get it back. Launches it. Another miss by Dragic.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
Curry gets to Ezeli. Thompson misses. Out left to the wing. Dragic with a wide open look. Tries again. Lynn. Barnes grabs the miss. Curry with it. Now guarded by Len. From the high post. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. And that's 12 points for Steph Curry.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Well, it's really hard to find a more pure, accurate shooting stroke than Klay Thompson's. I mean, every season over 40% from distance, but he's working to diversify his offensive game. You know, he's posting up and using his ball handling skills to get inside something.
Some changes for Phoenix. Green comes in for Morris. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Eric Bledsoe. Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Green. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Barbosa in for Steph Curry. From deep, Thomas. Warriors with the rebound. And Thompson worked hard on his explosiveness and finishing. He predicted, Steve, a poster dunk last season and delivered against Kyle Singler. Remember that with the Pistons?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, he's been trying to go inside more. And last year, he thought, you know, he'd have to work at it to get to the line more. He only averaged about 2 free throw attempts per game for his career. So that's the next step for him to be more aggressive. Slow down. Oh, man, that was unreal. Mark it up.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark, brilliant throwdown.
Yeah, just exerting his authority out there.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. Alex Len picks one up. With all that Sean Livingston went through with his horrific injury a few years back, you know, Steve, it's amazing just to see him out there on the floor playing basketball.
Yeah, I remember seeing that live. It was one of the most awful things to see on a basketball court. And I just have so much respect for Livingston, the way he's continued to grind it out and carve out a career for himself. He's become a very, very good player.
Here's Ezeli. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Out to the wing. Thomas dishes the land. Right side, Dragic. 6 on the shot clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. Green inside the three-point line. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Not much doubt about that over-the-back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
And that one falls for Spates. And the Suns making a change here. And so he makes both from the line.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
And Thomas, here we go. That one a little long. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Warriors lead by 13. And the second quarter will be on the way. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a very convincing performance here from the Warriors so far.
Yeah, they have been fantastic offensively, really coming out strong, and they've lit it up.
Yeah, they have. I mean, very much in control and shooting the ball extremely well.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Barbosa is out there with Livingston. Then there's Iguodala. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Bogut, and it's the center locking down the middle. Tries to keep it alive. No good from Bledsoe.
Big rebound there, but overall, they're getting outworked on the glass.
Steve, I think that's what you'd expect, seeing what the score is. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Warriors leading by 15. Barbosa passes to Iguodala. Feeds to Livingston. Back to Iguodala. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Iguodala, free agent going into last season. He showed a lot of patience, even letting more lucrative offers lapse as he held out for the slim chance that the Warriors could clear the space to sign him.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Suns. And the Warriors also making a change. Thompson's checked in.
And you talk about Iguodala holding out for the Warriors. I mean, it shows just how much he wanted to be a part of this team. He felt they were one piece away. He hoped he could be that player.
Barbosa kicks to Spates. To the paint. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Took the safe route there. Wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble on that one.
Nope. Up and in with one hand, the most basic finish possible.
And yet he still made it look pretty good.
They kick it out to Green. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Green's got 7 points in the game. And Iguodala playing 2 seasons ago in Denver, eliminated, ironically enough, by the Warriors in the playoffs. And Steve, he got a chance to really see the team firsthand.
Yeah, no doubt. The great fans, coaching staffs, and team camaraderie, it all made an impression. And I think he saw the fit, and he thought that he could help this team accomplish great things.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Spates. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Curry sub in for Leandro Barbosa. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Players in the NBA always look to compare each other. And one apt comparison that Eric Bledsoe received was mini LeBron. I mean, that's quite a high compliment, but I think it fits him.
And the Suns making a change here. Dragic is checked in. Curry dishes to Green. Barnes passes to Curry. Tries it from 9. Cannot hit. And Phoenix the other way now.
And with Bledsoe, it was actually his teammate, Goran Dragic, who started calling him mini LeBron. The more footage you see of him, the easier it is to agree with that statement.
And the shot is good.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, interestingly, guys, Stephen Curry got angry last season when the GMs of the league ranked him the third best shooting guard in the NBA. He said, "I've heard people ever since high school saying, quote, I'm too small. I can't play point guard. Now I'm not a true point guard? Well, I'm certainly not a stereotypical pass-first point guard, but the way I can run the show will manifest itself." Kevin?
The great ones always find that motivation. Scores. That is good. You talk about that nickname for Bledsoe, Mini LeBron. And for Bledsoe, Clark, it really all comes together when you see him in the open floor. He's like a tiny runaway train. And when he gets the ball, you know it's going to be in a fast break.
Yeah, and he's really hard to slow down in the open floor, as you said, Kevin. And it's in large part due to just how strong he is. Oh, ridiculous. Tore it down that time. You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
Guys, look, I don't know what the score is. That's the play we're all going to remember from this game.
Dragic left side. Inside. Out of bounds. Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession. Here's Green. 9 points in the game so far. There's the triple. That's good. Now just a 4-point Warrior lead.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's key this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Sun changes for Phoenix. Lens check in for Miles Plumlee. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Eric Bledsoe. Warriors leading by 4.
You know, before this recent streak, the last time the Suns went more than a season without making the playoffs was way back in 1988. See just how long it's been for them not to be in the playoffs for more than a year. Wow, impressive.
Curry kicks to Thompson. In low to Bogut.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
It's stolen by Green. Thompson misses.
This streak of the Suns missing the playoffs, of course, starting back in 2010. 1988, a good deal of the Suns roster wasn't even born then.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Nobody near Barnes. And it comes off the front of the rim. Clark, you look at last season with the Suns, they almost put an end to that streak last year, but ended 1 game shy of the playoffs in back of Dallas for number 8 in the West.
Right in the mix until the final week, Kevin. They don't have the luxury of being slept on this year, though, as the league is fully aware of how capable that group is.
Lets it go from 11. And Bogut sends it back. And that one's good. Lands got his second basket of the game. Curry dishes to Thompson. Back to Curry. Bogut down low. Curry kicks to Green. From the arc. Phoenix grabs the miss. Dragic has got his third rebound tonight. Into Green. It's stolen by Green. It's stolen by Dragic. The drive by Green. Dragic again. Thompson. Outside Dragic. Down low. Shot clock at 5. No good. That would have tied it. The Warriors leading. Green up on top. Curry with a wide open look. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
Outside, Green. Inside, Dragic. The wing jumper off target. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Len grabs the... Len's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Thomas with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. The score now all even.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Steph Curry last season was 7th in scoring and 3rd in total assists in the NBA. He had the 4th most three-pointers over a season in NBA history, a year after he had set the NBA three-point season record. Not too bad for Steph Curry.
1:21 left now here in the second. Thomas gets a wide open look. Another one falls for Phoenix.
Now it's easier to protect the lead if you can get nice high percentage shots rather than settle for long three-pointers as they did in the first quarter.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, shooting percentage a function of shot selection. I think they've got to keep the pressure on each possession. And I think that's easier to do when you're attacking the paint and not settling for threes.
That doesn't go either for Thomas.
There's some good defense for you. I mean, for somebody who's as good at shooting the three as he is, you need a defender who's equally adept at guarding against it. That was well done.
Well, then they picked the right guy to put on it.
And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2.
I like that. Attack and create the contact.
Very nearly had an and one opportunity there. Good aggressive move.
Harrison Barnes, the 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. He's got prototypical size and athleticism for that small forward position. Still developing his overall game, but he's got enormous potential.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Plumlee is checked in for Alex Len. Morris comes in for P.J. Tucker. Morris is checked in for Goran Dragic. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Isaiah Thomas. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for the Warriors. The Suns trailing. And Barnes, the top overall recruit in the nation coming out of high school in 2010.
Yeah, and really high expectations for him from a relatively young age. There's been some disappointment in his development, but with his work ethic, I think it's short-lived.
Shot clock at 6. And Green gets it to go.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
Here's Iguodala. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. Clark and Steve, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
Yeah, how about that last lead change, guys? That's number 7 for the game.
Here's Morris. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Here's Iguodala. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And the first half ends in a close one. The Warriors on top. They lead by 2. 2K. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Just an amazing game for Green. He has 18 points. He's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
Now his outside stroke has looked really good today.
The Suns shoot things straight 49% from the field. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade. for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Suns. Inside, it's Morris and Plumlee. Bledsoe is out there with Gerald Green. And it's Morris in at the small forward. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, Steve Kerr taking over as head coach of the Warriors, a 5-time NBA champion. His focus is on creating sustained success. He said, we've got a chance to be really good for the next decade. Let's just take a swing every year and be consistent with our efforts, and we'll have our chances. And we get to watch it, Kevin.
Looking to build something that'll last. Thank you, Doris.
The defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height. Well, the Suns with a huge lead in offensive efficiency last season under Jeff Hornacek. He really wanted them to get rid of the long twos. Instead, he focused on transition and living at the three-point line. That's why Phoenix was so difficult to guard.
And Coach Hornacek, very aware of shot efficiency as he was as a player, he said he'd love to show his players their shot charts.
You know, that's a great tool, I think, to help players understand the value of quality shots. It's surprising, but a lot of players aren't really aware of their best spots on the floor. And that attention to detail by Coach Hornacek, to me, is impressive because it helps players understand where they can be most effective on the floor and in the offense.
Morris. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got his 7th assist in the game. Curry kicks to Thompson. Golden State moving it around. It's Bogut with the drive. Here's Green. And he banks in the layup. And the Warriors lead by 5.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Lets the 3 fly. The offensive rebound. And he gets it to go. Plumlee's got 7 points in the game.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Dishes it to Green. Thompson outside. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Golden State with another.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Off his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Off the inbound, no good. Warriors leading by 5. Curry with it. Now Green defending. Here's Barnes. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim. His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Thompson from long range. And it's Thompson again missing.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like that. And some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in, but I'd say put as much as you can on the finish and get your teammates going. Well, Klay Thompson, the son of former #1 draft pick Michael Thompson. Totally different games. His father was a big man who kind of played inside. Klay, a swingman, just a knockdown shooter from the deep. Well, it seems like they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and it's just been that kind of a day.
PJ Tucker, who's checked in for Morris. And Klay his father, Michael, often his toughest critic, he tells Clay, post those smaller guards up and don't always fade away. I can hear him saying
oh, my, that's why I'm laughing. Sounds just like Michael. He knew how to handle himself with his back to the goal as a college and pro himself. It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Green. Green with a screen on Bledsoe. And Curry, here we go. And there's Bogut on the assist by Curry. Curry's got 4 assists in the game.
And things are going to come way too easy for him if he can get that deep post position.
I agree with you, Steve. You got to deny him the ball down there as best you can.
No good from Dragic.
I like the defense, guys, really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yeah, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was a tough one.
Curry kicks to Barnes. And it's Golden State with another.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Dragic kicks to Bledsoe. Four on the clock. Here's Dragic from outside. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Curry passes to Barnes. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, when Harrison Barnes first stepped onto the scene, it was in the middle of the Warriors' 2013 playoff run. But he didn't exactly build upon that streak as people were hoping for last year. The playing time just wasn't there.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Phoenix. Isaiah Thomas comes in for Eric Bledsoe. Different look here for the Warriors. Ezeli's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Draymond Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Tucker dishes to Plumlee. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
You know, he can be a little awkward with the ball sometimes when it's in his hands, but not that time.
Why do you think it is we don't see more of those out of him, Steve?
I don't know. I mean, he's certainly got the size. He just lacks the confidence, I think, sometimes near the basket.
Iguodala's drive. Off the left rim and out.
And I remember that run for Barnes. He would play as a stretch four and looked unguardable at times in their series against the Nuggets and then the Spurs. Definitely was hoping for more of that this past season.
Timeout called the Warriors. You know, for Barnes, it was an awkward place for him to be, and they brought in Iguodala, and he was moved to the bench. A lot of people thought that that'd be a boon for him. So he would be more focused on the offensive side of things with that second unit in particular and could really thrive.
Yeah, and the change in role and adjusting to being the first option with the second unit, I think was overwhelming for him. And, you know, I think you have to remember Barnes is still a very young player, a lot of room for growth, very talented, very skilled, and he's going to get a lot better.
So for the Suns, Alex Len comes in for Plumlee, and Marcus Morris subbed in for Gerald Green. And Golden State also making a change. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Barnes. The kick out to Spates. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Livingston passes to Barbosa. An easy 2 points on the layup. Barbosa's got his first points of the game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
No question. Pound it into the painted area and continue to put pressure on that defense.
Iguodala kicks to Livingston. And Barbosa has it in the corner. Passes it to space. Here's Iguodala. The stupendous finish in traffic. And now an 8-point Warrior lead.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, and unfortunately their offense in the paint hasn't been a whole lot better.
Outside Dragic. And Tucker has it in the corner. Over to the left wing. Barbosa with the steal. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Livingston is running. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And the basket by Thomas.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop. The Suns training staff renowned around the league for their ability to keep players healthy. They're at the forefront, biomechanics and all that new school stuff. The results have been terrific. Called preventative maintenance.
No good from Dragic.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Barbosa dishes to Iguodala. He feeds it to Livingston. Kicks to Azili. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Iguodala. And there's the rejection. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. 1:03 left in the third quarter. They get the rebound. Azili kicks to Barbosa. Kicks it out to Iguodala. The pass to Livingston. The feed to Azili. He dishes it to Iguodala. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Here's Dragic from outside. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Now it's just a 3-point Warrior lead. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look and just lost his focus.
Here's Dragic. And it's Iguodala with the rebound. Iguodala's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
You know, he wants to tinker a little bit, and he's taking the time to do so right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't like some of the things he saw out there, a bit uncomfortable, and wanted to talk it over.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. At this point of the game, always important to stay focused, and while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well, all 3 of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah, no question.
Right.
I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. Look at Steve, got the Gatorade shirt on.
Yeah, he's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
The third quarter comes to a close. Warriors lead. Warriors leading by 5. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, on the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Green is out there with Maurice Spates, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. I think for a while, Clark, teams looked at Iguodala and saw his talent and what he could do on the floor, and they wanted him to be a centerpiece. Now that he's been in the league this long, and as a vet, he seems almost better suited as a complementary piece.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I mean, not everybody can be the main focal point of the team. That's no knock on Iguodala. I mean, I think he's terrific. He does a little bit of everything, does it all well. And I understand he's really a high-quality guy and teammate. He's very much more of a playmaker than a scorer, even though he can look dominant with the ball in his hands at times.
And the Warriors making a change here. Bogut's checked in. They double-team Curry. Bogut with it. Now guarded by Plumlee. And the basket by Bogut.
And with Iguodala comfortable in its role playing as a sidekick, it makes sense because he modeled his game so closely after Pippen when he was growing up. Very much cut out of the same cloth. Now that's his first 3.5, and there may be more in store.
Bledsoe comes over to help. It's stolen by Morris. Bledsoe outside. And the wide open shot from Green. Offensive rebound. To the left side wing. And Bledsoe, here we go. That drops.
Loose defense at such a critical time. You're better off sending him to the line than giving him 2 points.
You know, final thought here on Iguodala. The more I think about what you said about him and Pippen, they're similar in length. Their ability, their versatility defensively is a talent that I think they both have, in addition to being able to make plays for others. I think it's a reasonable comparison, actually quite apt when you look at those two guys.
Here's Plumlee, and he jams it with authority. Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 13 rebounds. Thompson passes to Curry. It's good from long range. Curry's got 21 in the game.
That's demoralizing. They needed to stop there, and instead they give up 3 points on an open look.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Curry. It's Thompson off the drive. And that is good. And now a 6-point Warrior lead.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
Back to Bledsoe. Shoots it up. It's stolen by Bogut. Into Green. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Bledsoe. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Morris.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
It's Thompson off the drive. It's deflected. It's stolen by Green to the inside. But they get it back.
That's how to bang down low. His hard work gives him another possession.
So for the Suns, Alex Len's checked in for Plumlee. P.J. Tucker comes in for Morris. And it's Dragic in for Gerald Green. Here's Curry. Blocked. For the finish. Oh!
Power punch right there.
He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Alex Len, the number 5 overall pick last season by the Suns. He had to undergo ankle surgery just prior to the season. Played limited minutes, but they're hoping he can make that leap here in year 2. Very skilled big man.
The Suns making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Clark, you had an opportunity to watch Alex Len play with Maryland. What do you think about his game?
Well, I like his potential. I mean, he's a big guy. He's pretty strong, and he's got good athleticism and mobility. You just hope he can keep his ankles healthy, because if he can, this kid has a chance to be really good. You know, it always takes big guys, usually anywhere from 4 to 6 years, to develop as NBA players. So if healthy, this guy will be one of the better centers in the league, I think.
Here, one guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Jeff Hornacek as he addressed his team. The three-pointers obviously have been hurting them, and he told his players, we've simply got to play them tighter on the perimeter. We can't afford to give them these wide-open looks. Kevin?
Thanks a lot, Doris. Just 5 on the clock. Thomas, no luck.
Not a good look at the hoop. They've got to do a better job offensively creating some space.
Here's Curry. Out to Thompson. From outside the arc. And the shot is good. Thompson's got 11 in the second half.
Not too many of those shots were dropping for him in the first half, but it's been a different story here in the second.
Here's Dragic. And he overshot that one, missing. Warriors leading by 6. Curry with it. Now Thomas defending. Out to Thompson. The dish to Bogut. And the layup's good off the glass.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
I'll get you dishes to Lamb. And he gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
It's Thompson off the drive. Pass to Curry. Out to Thompson. That's stolen by Dragic. Looking to get it going. Counted, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Thomas.
Oh, boy, nice one-man fast break on that one.
It sure was a stylish finish to cap it off, too.
Curry's shot is off. Phoenix has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Thomas, it's a wide open look. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Now just a 2-point Warrior lead. Curry attacking. And that one's good. Curry's got 23 points. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
Steve, I know you love great teamwork.
Yeah, so much fun to watch when the ball is moving. There's kind of a rhythm to the game that just happens. The ball moves almost on its own, Kevin. It's fun to watch.
And Green gets it to go.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
Now, this is when defenses have to protect the basket with everything they've got. Force the offense to shoot from the perimeter.
And the Suns call time here.
Well, they're getting way too many easy shots in the paint. So this timeout is specifically for that reason. You got to tighten up the defense and start to make it harder for that offensive team.
I know it's easier said than done, but right now it just doesn't seem like the necessary effort is there.
So for the Suns, Plumlee is checked in for Alex Len. Green comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Isaiah Thomas.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
They double-team Curry. And Thompson kicks to Bogut. Back to Thompson. Unloads from 13. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
And it's Green missing. Outside Curry. Thompson outside.